kids who come from such homes, they pick a lot while growing up. They can tell that things are not okay at home. Hi guys, welcome and welcome back to my channel. Thank you very much for your support. In case you're new here, my name is Hilda Wambogo, and this channel is all about inspiration, mental health, self-care, which is part of mental health, and along the way I'll introduce my siblings to you and share what we do when we get a chance to be together. Now, the whole of this week I've been sharing my story about being raised with an absent father, and the purpose of this story or this channel is to inspire the young generation out there, someone who probably is going through the same, a youth or a kid who is being raised by a single parent, with one parent being there or being arrived but not very supportive. On the other hand, I would want to encourage parents out there, be it a mom or a dad, who are raising their kids single-handedly without the help of their partners. And yes, so stay tuned and I hope you enjoy our third episode. Now, the last time I was here, I left at or what I shared previously was what my mom used to do. What I shared previously is what my mom used to do, and one of the things that I said she used to do is to do chores at people's homes. That is to clean, to wash, probably to weed the farms and all that, to get the basic needs that we needed, the clothes that we wore and all that. The other job that she got after that was that of a caretaker in the church that we used to worship, and she was there for some time and for a number of years before she got a more stable job. So hapo ndo tulifikia. Now, when I say a more stable job, this was her third job, and why I'm calling it a more stable and a better job is because in this company whereby she was employed through a friend of hers that they used to go and worship together. Okay, in this, how do I put this? In this company that she got this job, the salary was permanent, and this salary used to get through the bank. So, which means she would use the payslip to take a loan. So, it was much better being in that job, or that job was much better than the two other jobs, because she could take a salary using the payslip. The second reason as to why I'm saying it was much better or more stable, it was a job that she used to go from 8 to 5 in the evening. At least haikuwa ile ya kuhustle anatafuta vibarua. At least now this was a job that was guaranteed. At the end of the month she'll get paid. At the end of the day she will leave that job. In the morning when she woke up, she had somewhere now to go from morning to evening without getting worried about end month and all that. The third thing, this job came around with a medical insurance card, whereby the family members of the one who is employed would get treatment in that facility. So at least we were in a better position than the two other jobs. See God, from one level to the other. And that is why I shared and I said, the way my mom served the church without complaining, the way she committed and she gave her all to that church, it was time to be paid. It was time for some pains to reduce. It was time for things to get much better. So yeah, that is how she got that job, through a friend that they used to go and worship together. And today I would want to thank that lady, because a lot changed and a lot improved after my mom got that job. So um her having okay her getting a stable job, responsibility bado zilikuwa zinaongezeka, because the more we were growing, the more demanding we became, the more finances were required at home and all that. So I remember I was around class 8 when she got this job, and when we completed, definitely we were to go to high school. So my sister and I tumefuatana hivi, tumeachana na mwaka moja. So that means that kama nimemaliza class 8, she was in class 7. Kama niliingia form 1, alikuwa class 8, na hiyo mwaka ingefuata angeingia form 1. So at least life in primary school was a bit easier because it wasn't expensive. I think the only thing that we used to pay for are the exams. But come high school, nimemaliza primary school na nimeitwa a provincial school, but the state that was at home, I remember sitting my mom down and I told her I wanted to go to a day school because of what is happening at home, the finances and all that. My sister is behind me, very soon she'll join form 1 and all that. But my mom is a believer, and she was like, I have to do what I have to do for both of you to go to the schools that you'll be called. So I remember I was called in a provincial school, and it happened. How I went to school, how I went to high school, a boarding school, I cannot explain up to date. I cannot explain up to date. My sister completed class 8 and she joined a provincial school again. So both of us were in the same, different high schools, but in high school at the same time. So you can imagine the strains that were there and all that. So again, things became much better because she would take at least loans with her payslip, clear up some school fees or pay a part of it. Tukiendelea kusoma na yeye anaendelea kufanya kazi. But on the other hand, and I came to learn and understand this after I completed my form 4, what I came to understand is that my mom used to use that payslip, yote, all of it, to maybe secure some cash from somewhere, to take us to school, anawachwa kingangana venye ata survive. You can imagine, amechukua the loan, amelipa ma school fees, amewachwa kingangana venye atakuwa anaenda kazini, venye atakuwa anarudi nyumbani, na venye nyumbani kutaliwa. So again, life in high school for me, I won't talk on behalf of my sister, because again, as I mentioned earlier, we've never sat down as siblings and shared what happened, the life we went through and all that. But my life or my stay in high school was never easy. And one thing I would say, I hated high school. I really hated high school, because I would see my mom really strain. Those people who know me and we went to the same high school knew that every time kukifukuzanwa that weekend that people used to be sent back home, I was on the top list of that. It's not that my mom didn't try to pay the school fees, but 80% of the time I used to be sent away for school fees. Sometimes I used to get home na maybe the only thing she could afford to get maybe ni kitu 2,000, 3,000, na ananiambia twende tukaongea na principal, you have to get back to school. And my mom is this talkative lady and she has favor. Oh my goodness. If there is one thing that I if there is one thing that I pray for, is the favor that my mother carries around. She has a favor. Everywhere she steps her feet in, she's favored. Kama ni ofisi anaenda ku plead for that school fees, she was listened to. That was my mom. So each and every time back in high school, she used to come, at least analeta kitu kidogo, anaongea na principal, ndo at least tusiende nyumbani. But sometimes you would find that penye lipeana promise ilifika na bado hakulipa. So what would happen is list ikitoka, we would be sent home. So that was like a cycle. Tunaenda shule, unaenda shule, mnafukuzwa, mnaendea school fees. Instead, mzazi anakurudisha back to school. And that is how lifestyle or life in high school was. It was not easy for me. It was not easy for me. I remember most of the times she would pay school fees, at least afanye ka shopping kadogo, but I cannot remember not even a single time. A single time. Maybe I was in form 1. Siwezi kumbuka hata a single time yenye nilienda shule na nikaenda na fare ya kurudi nyumbani. Mara chache sana. Most of the times I used to go to school, and then fare ingetumwa through maybe the matron of the school, ama the principal, ama the bursar. That is how we survived. The both of us. That is how we survived. But again, a big shout out to my mom, because every event that occurred at school, kama visiting, kama academics, she tried her best to be there in each and every activity that took place at those times. She used to be there. Kama ni visitings, she would try her best apike the meals that you miss, like akina chapo, and come and we would sit somewhere and be happy and share stories and all that. But well, you could tell she's sacrificing a lot. You could tell she's sacrificing. You could tell that she's training. You could tell that things are not okay at home. Because, for example, ungeona maybe the shoes that she came with were not very nice. Maybe the clothes that she's wearing si mzuri vile ungetaka avae and all that. So to me, I would say she really sacrificed for us to be in high school, boarding school, provincial school, for the both of us. It was not easy. Kuna time tu nilikuwa nakaa hivi shule, and I'm like, apana, me, I have to go home. I have to know how my mom is. And that is why I said this story may seem like something normal that every other child is going through out there. But one of the impacts that life created is maybe I could not concentrate in school. Maybe, not even maybe, I got very low self-esteem in some things, like maybe being social with my friends. Maybe if you get to a group of girls who are discussing about their father, na utaki kushinda ukiulizwa maswali, mbona uongeangi about your father, mbona unaongeanga just about your mother. Yani, it created another life that I wouldn't want my kid to go through. I wouldn't want them to get low self-esteem because of what is going back at home and all that. It wasn't easy. And that is why I keep saying, parents out there, they may be paying school fees to their kids. They may be doing anything else that is supposed to be done. They may be straining and offering their best. But one thing I came to learn, and I still learn because of my field and the people I deal with, these kids who come from such homes, they pick a lot while growing up. They can tell that things are not okay at home and all that. They can tell that one parent is not there and all that. And it comes along with so many things, which includes anger, problems, low self-esteem, maybe what else, perfectionism, because I want to do things right, I don't want to disappoint this parent who is really struggling to raise me up and all that. So as much as these parents are doing what is supposed to be done for them, me, I feel like if parents would take their time and maybe talk to their children about what is happening, encourage them, let them know that they are doing their best as parents, and they should do what is supposed to be done as students and kids at that particular time, I think it would help a long way. And I'm not saying this to say that my mom wasn't doing all that. She used to encourage us, she used to push us, she used to cheer us, at least to see us moving and all that. We never sat down at a particular time and talked about my father who was not there and all that with her, but she kept telling us, we will make it, we will make it, she will see us make it. We have to go through education like the other kids who have both parents, both physical and present parents are going through. So she kept promising this to us, and for sure she fulfilled that. So I would like to say a big thank you to her. We've never had a chance to sit her down and tell her how things were and how we felt about all that. But because I know she'll be watching this, just to know that your effort was noticed, your strengths and your pains were noticed, but probably we were too young to sit you down and inquire how you feel about it and all that. But we felt and we still feel your hard work, your prayer, your commitment towards everything that you want us to do. Thank you very much.